JBL,
Sir.
you want to explain what's going on over here?
Oh man. Well, we finally got these in the last coat of primer, so we're gonna guide coat them and get them down to 600 and get ready for some base coat.
Yep.
Yeah. Finally gonna get some color on these things.
Yep. We hit these doors on Wednesday with 180 with the acrylic, and then we re-primered them with three coats of the 2K high build, and now we're going to guide coat in 600, and should be getting these things in base coat. Today is the 3rd of April. I'm going to try and get these things in sealer and base coat tomorrow, and then clear them on Monday. So that's today's goal. We got the skirts, we got the fenders, the doors, we got the glove box door, the instrument cluster bezel, AC vents, everything except the shell. We're going to be doing the shell, hopefully, if everything goes right, possibly next weekend. So bring you guys back once we get these things in 600 grit. Alright, so here we are. It's Easter Sunday 2021. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning. It is 72 degrees, 75% humidity. Feels pretty good. So I'm going to get these things sealed up, and then I'm going to wait a few hours and base them today. Like I said previously, I'm going to be using the SPI Epoxy. We're going to be reducing it. Probably going to mix it up 1 to 1 to 1 or somewhere close to that. And I'm going to be spraying it with the base coat gun, which is an Iwata orange cap 1.3. Just going to go one quick coat. And really, I mean, honestly, it really doesn't need sealer because there's really not any breakthroughs. But you're going to do it anyways. I guess better adhesion. We did have a little mishap here. We had to drill out. There was the fender well bolt was stuck in there, rusted, and so we had to drill it out and tap it, and we didn't catch it until yesterday. But it's feathered out pretty good, so the epoxy is going to take care of that. We got the skirts, glove box door, instrument cluster that we took apart to get better coverage. Both doors, both fenders. We did drill out the holes for the trim on this door because this was a Super Sport door. So we had to weld up the holes and then re-drill them. And we also went around all the keyholes and cleaned those up because from my experience, if you don't do that, when you go to pop the lock in, it doesn't want to go in. You have to put a little more pressure than you should, and you risk chipping paint. So we went around that. We went around all the trim holes, cleaned them up, and washed them with soap and water yesterday, and they've been sitting in here overnight. Just going to put my AC filters on the windows, get the fans going, spray one quick coat here. Shouldn't take 10 minutes, and then come back around 4 o'clock this afternoon and start base coat. So bring you guys back once these things are coated. Alright, so here we are. One quick coat of the epoxy. I mixed up 26 ounces, and I had exactly enough. So that should be 30% reduced. I did 10 ounces epoxy, 10 ounces of activator, 6 ounces of reducer. So quick coat. It's uniform now. I hit a little bit on the inside, but not much. I didn't really want to waste any on there. Really not much to look at. It just looks satin black. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to wait till about 3 or 4 o'clock, come out here, tack it off, and start spraying base coat. I'm going to spray the base coat. I'm going to wait 45 minutes in between coats, maybe an hour, and we're going to get 3 coats on there, which I think 2 would cover. Probably 1 will cover, but I'm going to put 3 just for insurance. But that was my first time spraying that epoxy reduced with the Iwata, and it's pretty good. It doesn't put on as much as the Vilbis did, so I had to move a little bit slower or adjust the fluid out. But anyways, that's a wrap for this morning. I'll bring you guys back this afternoon when we get this thing in some color. All right, so here we are. It's been about 4.5 hours. It's almost 2:30. So I'm going to start mixing up the base and get these things tack ragged off. So I'm using the SPI black base coat, slow reducer, mixes 1:1. We used this on the hood the other day, so I already know what to expect. It covers really good. It's going to cover this really good. So let me get some mixed up. I really don't know where to start, so I'm probably going to mix up a whole quart and go from there. I'm thinking probably if it was 26 ounces to cover all this in epoxy, it's probably going to be similar. And we're going to do 3 coats. So see if we can get away with 2 quarts of sprayable. So I'll bring you guys back once we get some color on it. All right, so here we are a few hours later. I got everything in 3 coats. I just did 2 coats on the jams, but everything else was 3 coats. Overall, pretty satisfied with the results. Slow reducer is definitely a learning curve, but we got it. And so what we're going to do now is come back tomorrow afternoon in about 20 hours from now and spray clear coat. So overall, pretty good day. Took a little longer than I thought it would. I had a little mishap, but I had to fix. But we got it. So come back tomorrow afternoon, spray 3 or 4 coats of the SPI Euro 2020, and see how it goes. So I'll bring you guys back once we do that tomorrow. All right, today's Monday, April 5th, 2021, and we just cleared these parts with the SPI Euro 2020. Mixed it 4:1 to 1.5, and we sprayed, what do we say? I mixed 84 ounces, and after 3 coats we were left with exactly 1 ounce left. How about that? So just to recap, the process on this was I sealed them yesterday and base coated them yesterday, let them sit overnight, and then we came in this afternoon starting at 3 and sprayed 3 coats with 30 minutes in between. And there's some dust nibs, but there's no type of solvent pop, there's no type of runs, there's no bugs. It's just some real light dust nibs that I think 1500 is going to take care of. What you say?
Spraying upside down is a trick.
Spraying upside down is a trick for no nibs, yes. But man, these doors are something else, huh?
Man, yes. They were destined for this backyard. Other than being solid, that was the only thing that had going on.
Yeah, they're extremely solid, but man, they were pushed in right here, smashed in, both of them.
Both of them, yeah.
But no rust.
No rust.
So we took them down to bare metal. We bare metaled them. So this car is being used all epoxy. I mean all SPI. The only thing we didn't use SPI is the super build polyester primer. So the process on these parts, on these doors and fenders, was we bare metaled it, epoxy 2 coats, did the filler work, sealed it in epoxy, spray polyester, blocked it with 80 grit, spray polyester again, 80 grit on the acrylic blocks, and then spray 2K. I think we 180'd these things twice, and then 3 coats of the 2K high build again, and then 600 wet. And here's where we are. What you think about the Euro?
I like it.
Yeah?
I like it, yeah. After it's reduced.
Yeah.
So we had a test panel with a hood that we painted earlier. We reduced that one only 4 to 1 to 1, right?
On your hood, yes.
Yeah. And now we did this one 4 to 1 to 1.5, and man, it's a big difference.
Yeah.
Big difference.
35 psi. We used the Iwata 1.4. About 2.5 turns on the fluid. 30, and the key was 30 minutes in between coat. Exactly 30 minutes, like the manual says. And I'm digging it. So I'm thinking 1500 grip. Take care of all these little dust nibs. 2000, 3000. We got a new buffing system we're gonna be using with some German-made stuff. So next step on this is gonna be the shell. We're gonna do that, we would say Thursday? Thursday, we're gonna 600 the shell, come in Friday morning, base it, and clear it on Saturday. And then onto the trunk. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna be piecing all these things together. Stay tuned next weekend for more work. Thanks for watching.